Hello and welcome to the Crisis Confidant, where we help you develop a new mindset and shift your thinking with practical tips, inspiring stories, and expert advice. And I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about a topic that affects many people, especially women in their personal and professional lives. Imposter Syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a common phenomenon where people doubt their abilities and feel like frauds, even when they are successful and competent. This can affect their confidence, performance, and happiness. In this episode, I will share some tips on how to recognize and overcome imposter syndrome, such as acknowledging your achievements, challenging negative thoughts, seeking feedback, and finding support. I will also discuss some symptoms of imposter syndrome and how to overcome it. Have you ever experienced the feeling that you're not good enough, smart enough, or qualified enough for what you're doing, and that you're going to be exposed as a fraud at any moment? It's the voice in your head that says things like, "Who do you think you are to do this? You don't belong here. You don't deserve this success. You just got lucky. You're going to mess up and everyone will see." Imposter syndrome can hold you back from pursuing your dreams, taking risks, expressing your opinions, asking for help, celebrating your achievements, and enjoying your life and work. It can also cause stress, anxiety, self-doubt, low self-esteem, and burnout. So where does imposter syndrome come from? And how can you overcome it? Well, there's no one definitive answer to these questions, but there are some common factors that can contribute to imposter syndrome, such as your personality traits. If you're a perfectionist, a people pleaser, a high achiever, or a self-critic, you might be more prone to imposter syndrome. Your upbringing. If you grew up in a family or culture that had high expectations, low support, or frequent criticism, you might have internalized the message that you're not good enough or that you have to prove yourself constantly. Your environment. If you work or study in a competitive, demanding, or male-dominated field, you might feel like an outsider or a minority who doesn't fit in or belong. Your experiences. If you've faced discrimination, harassment, bullying, or trauma in your life, you might have developed a sense of insecurity or shame about yourself or your abilities. These factors can create a gap between how you see yourself and how others see you. You might think that you're not as competent or confident as others perceive you to be. You might attribute your success to external factors like luck or timing rather than your own skills or efforts. You might fear that one day someone will discover the truth about you and expose you as an imposter. But here's the thing, imposter syndrome is not the truth. It's a distorted perception of yourself that doesn't match reality. And it's not something that only affects you. In fact, studies show that up to 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. That means that even some of the most successful and influential people in the world have felt like imposters at some time. Some common symptoms of imposter syndrome are lack of self-confidence. You doubt your own abilities and achievements and feel insecure about your competence. Constant comparison to others. You measure your worth by how you stack up against others and feel inferior or inadequate. Anxiety. You experience nervousness, worry, fear or panic about your performance or expectations. Feelings of inadequacy. You feel like you don't belong, you don't deserve your success, or you are not good enough. Self-doubt. You question your own knowledge, skills, talents or qualifications and wonder if you are a fraud or a failure. Negative self-talk. You criticize yourself harshly, focus on your flaws and mistakes and minimize your strengths and accomplishments. Fixation with the past. You dwell on your previous failures, rejections or negative feedback and let them define you. Distrust in your abilities. You have difficulty trusting your own judgment, intuition or creativity and rely on external validation or approval. Crediting luck or other reasons for any success. You attribute your achievements to factors outside of your control, such as luck, timing, help from others or low standards. Overworking. You work harder than necessary to prove yourself, avoid criticism or prevent mistakes. You may also struggle with delegating, setting boundaries or saying no. Feeling unworthy of attention or affection. You have low self-esteem and feel undeserving of praise, recognition, love or respect from others. Downplaying accomplishments. You dismiss or trivialize your achievements and avoid talking about them. You may also deflect compliments or praise by changing the subject or giving credit to others. Holding back from reaching attainable goals. You avoid taking risks, pursuing opportunities or applying for promotions because you fear failure, rejection or exposure. Depression. You experience persistent sadness, hopelessness, guilt or shame. You may also lose interest in activities that you used to enjoy or find meaningful. Distress. You feel overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted or burned out by the pressure and expectations that you put on yourself or that others put on you. Maladaptive behaviors. You engage in unhealthy or unhelpful coping strategies, such as procrastination, perfectionism, isolation, substance abuse or self-harm. So how can you overcome imposter syndrome? Well, there's no quick fix or magic solution, but there are some strategies that can help you challenge and change your mindset and behavior. And one of the most effective ways to do that is with the help of a certified life coach. A certified life coach is someone who can provide an accountability system, knowledge base, experience, and the expertise needed to overcome your behavior and subconscious blocks. These are the things limiting your beliefs and preventing you from achieving your full potential. In addition to the aforementioned, a certified life coach can help you recognize and acknowledge your imposter syndrome. The first step is to become aware of when and how imposter syndrome shows up for you. What triggers it? What thoughts and feelings does it cause? How does it affect your actions and results? By naming and noticing your imposter syndrome, you can start to detach from it and realize that it's not who you are. Challenge and reframe your negative thoughts. The next step is to question and counteract the negative thoughts that fuel your imposter syndrome. Are they true? Are they helpful? Are they based on facts or opinions? What evidence do you have to support or disprove them? What alternative or positive thoughts could you replace them with? By challenging and reframing your negative thoughts, you can start to shift your perspective and see yourself more realistically and positively. Celebrate and own your achievements. The third step is to acknowledge and appreciate your achievements and contributions. What have you done well? What have you learned? What have you overcome? How have you helped others? What feedback have you received? By celebrating and owning your achievements, you can start to boost your confidence and self-esteem and recognize your value and worth. Seek and accept support and feedback. The fourth step is to reach out and connect with others who can support and encourage you. Who can you talk to about your imposter syndrome? Who can you learn from or who can mentor you? Who can you collaborate with or ask for help? How can you receive and respond to constructive feedback or criticism? By seeking and accepting support and feedback, you can start to reduce your isolation and insecurity and build your trust and credibility. Take action and embrace failure. The fifth step is to take action and embrace failure as part of the learning process. What goals do you want to achieve? What steps do you need to take? What risks do you need to take? What mistakes do you need to make? How can you learn from your failures and grow from them? By taking action and embracing failure, you can start to overcome your fear and anxiety and develop your skills and resilience. These are some of the ways that working with a certified life coach can help you overcome imposter syndrome. Schemata Life Coaching can provide you with a discreet, safe, and supportive space where you can explore your thoughts, feelings, and experiences without judgment or pressure. We can provide you with customized tools, proven techniques, and a wealth of resources that will help you change your mindset and behavior. You will have a professional holding you accountable for your actions and results. without taking away your responsibility or autonomy. If you're interested in working with Coach T to overcome imposter syndrome, we're offering a free assessment where we can chat about your needs and see if we're a good fit for each other. To book your free assessment, just visit www.schemataforyou.com and fill out the contact form. We will get back to you as soon as possible to schedule your initial assessment. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Crisis Confidant. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.